I've been suffering from anxiety for nearly 30 years. My closet used to be filled with every self-help book and CD imaginable, and my medicine cabinet has everything from medications I never took to homeopathic remedies that were left with the false promises. The saddest time for me was when my cognitive behavioral therapist informed me that the most I could hope for was to simply manage my anxiety and that I would never be cured. My life was a roller coaster, from frustration to little glimmers of hope, back to complete and utter depression. My struggles ran from full-blown panic attacks while visiting the dentist to night frights which cause insomnia. Much of my anxiety was heightened by travel, which then developed into a phobia. The thought of being out of my comfort zone became a nightmare. For a normal person to plan a family trip and actually enjoy it amazed me because I got to the point where I didn't even want to travel anymore. My world was becoming smaller and smaller. It broke my heart to think that my wife and kids would have to suffer from the effects of my anxiety. Probably the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced was being told to face my fears without any tools, strategies, just a prescription if I wanted it. After being told to continually travel, I would suffer months before a trip, suffer while away without sleeping, struggle through my anxious times, and fail to ever be in the moment. Since I never experienced any enjoyment, I couldn't wait to get home. It was my wife's dream to visit Medjugorje, so on her 50th birthday, I planned a pilgrimage, which from the moment I sent the deposit, my anxiety began to rear its ugly head. My wife was actually the one to stumble upon the Linden Method, searching the internet. I feel that finding the Linden Method was the answer to my prayers. When I received the Linden Method pack, I read it and listened to all the tapes. It was very structured, although I was not always able to absorb everything. My wife and I did it together. I believe that because of all my previous learned behaviors, it was a lot of legwork in order to reprogram my beliefs. After deciding to also go on the Charles Linden Anxiety Recovery Retreat, I truly believed that this was going to be my last best hope. I had also decided that if it didn't work, we would have to go to Plan B and entertain the possibility of not traveling with my wife to Medjugorje. The thought of my wife experiencing her dream without me became very emotional. I promised my wife that I would do my best to get out of my comfort zone and give the Linden Method my best shot and travel to England. By going on the retreat, I was able to use the method as I experienced the questions that arose due to all my past beliefs. The combination of my anxious mind, my inability to concentrate, and the lack of being able to retain memory was a challenge, as I tried to clear all the cobwebs. Once I had the tools and knowledge to be able to tackle all my fears and anxieties, I was also able to begin to implement the solutions while I was there. Getting the answers as situations unfolded was invaluable, and my confidence began to grow. To my amazement, 1 week later I was able to travel with my wife. My miracle happened in England, which enabled me to be able to travel to Medjugorje. My life has completely changed. I always felt as if there were three people: myself, my wife, and my anxiety. When my wife used to ask me how I was doing, I always felt as if she was really asking how my anxiety was doing. Now, when my wife asks how I am doing, I no longer have to feel as if I have to answer for the third person that used to be part of my family. It no longer exists. I am doing better at work. I am able to enjoy my family. I am able to travel, and I even coach my daughter's cross-country team this season. I feel that I'm a better parent and husband. I am helping out with a spiritual retreat, and I'm actually trying to plan my dream trip, which is to travel to Haiti and help the poor and the needy. As far as anyone who is considering buying the Linden Method, you should not waste another minute. As far as anyone who is considering buying the Linden Method, you should not waste another minute. There is no other answer. This is the only cure. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. I am so excited to think that the world is now my playground. I want to be able to help others so that they no longer have to worry about anxiety. I am just so grateful. I am looking at the world through a different set of lenses. I cannot find the words to thank Charles and Beth for developing this program and offering the retreat. My hope is that it can be brought to the U.S. since there is so many other people that need to be helped.